And now the next part, as I told, it is about deuteron. Okay, so this is, we can represent this by capital D, but what it is actually, it is the nucleus of hydrogen 2. Okay, one proton and one neutron. So why we will study this? So as I told yesterday, there are a lot of atoms present. Let's say 100 atoms are there, 100 different kinds of atom. This means 100 different Z. But for this different kind of Z, there are also some isotopes. So there can be more than 250 nuclei present. Okay, minimum. I am talking about minimum number of nuclei. So when we are going to deal with such interaction, जेवढ्या बॉडी जास्त होतील, मेनी बॉडी इंटरॅक्शन असेल तर द फोर्स विल बिकम कॉम्प्लिकेटेड. सो दॅट्स वाय वी आर डीलिंग विथ द सिम्पलेस्ट न्यूक्लियन सिस्टम. That is a system with one proton and one neutron. One proton and one neutron. So this system is called deuteron. As I told in the last lecture, proton and neutron. Okay, we will call this as a diproton and this as a dineutron. So these two nuclei are not stable and bound nuclei. टू न्यूक्लियनपेक्षा जास्त असू शकतात, 3 न्यूक्लियन, 4 न्यूक्लियन, बट वी वॉन्ट टू स्टडी सिम्पलेस्ट मॉडेल फर्स्ट. दॅट्स वाय वी चूज deuteron बिकॉज इट इज द ओनली न्यूक्लिय विथ 2 न्यूक्लियन्स. ओके, 2 न्यूक्लियन्स हे इथं आहेत, N + P. नाउ आय विल डील विथ सम इट्स प्रॉपर्टीज. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी विल टॉक अबाउट द बाइंडिंग एनर्जी. सो जो आपण पोटेन्शियल वेलचा मॉडेल बघितले होते, तो हाऊ वी कॅन रिप्रेझेंट. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द सिम्पलेस्ट वन विच इज finite square well. Okay, suppose this is finite square well and the particle is in here, okay, in this energy state. Okay, I don't know whether it is ground state or excited state. I am just drawing one simple state. Here it is. Okay, outside this well potential is 0. Why I am talking about finite square well? Because it is easier to discuss. We can also discuss about more elastic like Woods-Saxon model or hardcore potential model. But what I wanted to tell you here, the concept of binding energy. What is binding energy? Okay, so what this energy level represents, this energy level, this is negative energy level. Okay, so this energy level indicates the total energy. Okay, this is total energy. This stuff indicates the kinetic energy of the particle. Okay, so वेलच्या बॉटम पासून ते त्या एनर्जी लेवल पर्यंत जो काय पार्ट असेल दॅट विल बी द कायनेटिक एनर्जी. अँड दिस टोटल वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी. सो टोटल इज पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी. सो बिकॉज कायनेटिक एनर्जी इज पॉझिटिव्ह, हा एवढा पार्ट आपला कट होणार आहे, हा निगेटिव्ह आहे, हा पॉझिटिव्ह आहे. सो दिस इज नथिंग बट द टोटल एनर्जी. So total energy is negative, and negative of the total energy is this binding energy. So what is binding energy? This is energy required to provide for that particle to jump out of the potential well. Okay, so if total energy is E and binding energy is B, then E is equal to minus B. Okay, that's magnitude same hai, sign opposite hai, because binding energy is always positive here. And I am talking about only bound state. Bound state आहे त्याबद्दल आपण बोलतो. So what is the binding energy for deuteron? So binding energy is equal to 2.225 mega electron volt. 2.225 mega electron volt is the binding energy. So this energy, suppose if the particle is here, so this much energy is this. So if I provide this much energy, then the deuteron will become unbound state. So proton will get separated and neutron will get separated. There is one more thing we talked in the last lecture, and that was binding energy per nucleon. आपण curve असा काढलेला होता like this. Okay, so here is some maxima, and it is almost saturated. We talked in the last lecture, not negative part. Negative ला असत नाही. So exactly ह्या part मध्ये असं नाही आहे, काही jumps आहेत इथं like this, असं काहीतरी आहे तो part. Okay, anyway, so I was talking about this part. This is saturated. So we were talking about this kind of stuff, and we know binding energy is kind of 7 or something like, let's talk about 8 MeV. Okay, so it is less than 8 MeV. All nuclei which are stable nuclei have a binding energy per nucleon less than 8 MeV. Now tell me, what is the binding energy per nucleon of this? Can you tell me what is binding energy per nucleon? How many nucleons are there here?
2 nucleons.
Correct. So when I am going to find out binding energy per nucleon, I have to divide this by 2. Okay. So what will be my binding energy per nucleon for deuteron? Binding energy per nucleon, that will be equal to 2.225 upon 2, which is approximately 1.112, like that. Okay, put a 5 okay, so in MeV. So from that graph, I know for a very stable nucleus, the minimum binding energy per nucleon is less than 8 MeV. And I am getting for deuteron, this is 1.12, okay, whatever it is. So what I can say, if the binding energy per nucleon is let's say maximum 8, so it has to be at least 8. Okay, potential energy must be, or the height of this potential well must be at least 8 MeV. Okay, it can be greater than that, I don't know, but it should be minimum, because I know the binding energy per nucleon for most stable nucleus is almost 8 MeV. Okay, so it cannot be less than that, and we know nucleon potential is not changing. Whatever is the interaction in deuteron, it will be the same in iron, will be the same in copper, in any other nuclei. So using the analogy, what we can say, if this is 8, okay, so हा जर 8 असेल तर 1.1 कुठं असेल बघा, almost ह्याच्या 1/8 part. Okay, so it might be here. Okay, हा इथं 4 झाला तर 2 झाला 1. Okay, ठीक आहे. So here it is 1.1 MeV binding energy per nucleon. So this much is depth of the potential well, and our deuteron is staying right here. So there is very less binding energy, correct? And you can see kinetic energy is much larger than the binding energy. Therefore, we call deuteron is a loosely bound state. Okay. Because the binding energy is very less, and it can be easily get out of this potential well. That's why we can call this as a loosely bound nucleus or loosely bound state. Even alpha particle, आपण जो हा बघितला ग्राफ बघितला, so initially it is very low, but if we go for A is equal to 4, which is alpha particle, the binding energy per nucleon is almost here, it is 7.07 MeV. Okay, binding energy per nucleon for alpha particle is 7.0 MeV, 07 MeV. So even compare with alpha particle, so very drastic change is here. For deuteron, it is very low compared to this. This is binding energy per nucleon. So there are 4 nucleons. So total binding energy will be into 4 to this. Okay. Why we compare with alpha particle? Because this has very low number of A. If we go further for any nuclei which is greater than 4 nuclei, the binding energy per nucleon is always greater than 7 MeV. The experimental results suggest that the total angular momentum, or we will call it as a nuclear spin of this deuteron, is equal to 1. I will represent it by Z. We will call this as a nuclear spin. Okay. So how to write Z? This is a total angular momentum. Though we are calling it as a spin, it is total angular momentum, which is resultant of the L and S. Right? You know this. Orbital angular momentum and spin orbital angular momentum. So if this is 1, there can be two possible values of L and S. First one, when L is equal to 1, so like L is equal to 0 and S equal to 1, and L equal to 1 and S equal to 0. So these two possibilities are there because we know the Z is the summation of 2. So what the experimental found is I guess L equal to 0. Yes, they found L is equal to 0 is the most probable value. So this they found most probably, but then they also found that this state is also possible. So I am going to tell you what is the probability of finding this state. If L is equal to 0, then the probability of finding particle in this state is 96%, and finding in this state is almost 4%. Say that this is the ground state of the particle. We may not find in this state. We will get almost this state always. So can you write the spectral term from this? तुम्ही atomic मध्ये लिहित होता बघा spectral term. From the L, that is angular momentum, you write here L. Then you write, I guess, Z and multiplicity here 2s plus 1. So this is the spectral term for a ground state. So if this is our ground state, L equal to 0, S equal to 1. So what we are going to write? We know Z is equal to always 1. That is not issue. So it is first L equal to 0 म्हणजे काय असतो? S असतो. L equal to 1 म्हणजे P असतो. SPDF तुम्ही शिकलाय. SPDF. L equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So this is, if this is ground state, so S1 and multiplicity किती असणार आहे बघा? S आता 1 आहे या स्टेट साठी. So S1 means 2 into 1 plus 1. So it is triplet. So it is triplet state. Okay. This is ground state. Okay. This is ground state of deuteron. And then if this state is, if this is possible, then how we can write this? L is equal to 1. So it is P state. S equal to 0 means multiplicity is 1. So 2s plus 1 is 1. And we know this is 1. So this is P state, but which is very less possible. So if you remember, in the last lecture we talked some properties of strong nuclear force. There we talked about spin dependence. I guess fifth property was that the nuclear forces are spin dependent. So here we can see that why it is spin dependent, because it is favoring S equal to 1 state. So that means it requires certain spin to be in that state. Or we can talk in other way. If the S is equal to 1, what does that mean? S half and S1 half and S1 is half. Both are positive. So then their addition will be 1. And if 1 is positive, 1 is negative, then it will be 0. Okay. This is easy. S equal to 1 means both are parallel to each other. S equal to 0 means anti-parallel to each other. So what this suggests us, if the two nucleons are having same spin state, or they are parallel in spin state, then they are likely to have more attraction than the anti-parallel spin states. Okay, that's why we call the nuclear forces are spin dependent. Okay, there is some concept called as parity. Parity of deuteron is even in its ground state. This is ground state, and the parity is even. So for proton, the magnetic dipole moment is 2.979 ह्याला आपण न्यूक्लिअर मॅग्नेटॉन म्हणतो. तुम्ही ॲटॉमिकमध्ये बोहर्स मॅग्नेटॉन शिकला असाल, म्यू बी. ओके, EH×2me. This is Bohr's magneton. Instead of here, this mass is for electron. Here, instead of electron mass, we have mass of proton or neutron. So this is called nuclear magneton. Atomic मध्ये तुम्ही हे शिकलाय. So nuclear मध्ये we will use this unit as a nuclear magneton. So this is magnetic dipole moment for proton, and for neutron it is -1.9. Okay, so these are experimental facts. When we find the magnetic dipole moment for deuteron, now see, deuteron is positively charged because there is one proton, right? So this is positively charged, and its dipole moment, magnetic dipole moment is 0.857 Bohr's nuclear magneton. Okay. So ideally, what should be the case? This consists of one proton and one neutron. So if you add these two, you should get the magnetic moment of this. But this addition is not exactly the same. Okay. If we do -1.91, 8, 0. Okay. So this is slightly larger, okay, than this value. So why this is happening? This is because this is consisted of these two states. Okay, एक स्टेट फक्त नहीं है. So क्या होता है? There are two different states, and then there are probabilities are also different. So that's why there is a little change in this dipole moment, magnetic dipole moment. There is one more reason. This would be just addition if the forces are central forces. Okay. I don't know आपण काल लिहिलंय का? आपण काल फक्त शॉर्ट रेंज फोर्स लिहिलंय, बरोबर, किंवा डिस्कस केलं. So we can talk about the central force. So this state represents the central force nature. But this force state tells us that there is some non-central part also. So L is equal to 0 represents the central part, and L equal to 1 represents the non-central. What does this mean? You have come across the central force nature. You know, gravitational force is central force because it is varying as inverse square law. Electrostatic force is also varying as inverse square law, so it is also central force. So what does the central force exactly means? So जे आपण मग symmetric potential घेतलं होतं, like this. Anyway, any kind of symmetric potential. So what does this mean? This depends only on distance and not on the angle. Okay. So L equal to 0 or S state. What does that represents? That the state or orbital is spherically symmetric. So it is central. Spherically symmetric म्हणजे काय? इथून सेंटर पासून कुठल्याही साइडला जावा, इकडे जावा, इकडे जावा, इकडे जावा. As far as the distance is same, the force will be the same. So that means the central force nature. But when we are dealing with another kind of state, which is L equal to 0. Atomic मध्ये पॉइंट तुम्ही बघितला असेल, डम्बेल शेप ऑर्बिटल असतात p स्टेटला. ओके. So these are not spherical states. So that's why there is some non-central part is there, which is 4%, but it is still there, and that's why there is some deviation from the addition of these two. Okay. So that's why nuclear force is difficult to study, because it is not central force. There is some non-central part is there, though it is very small, but it is there. So there are some deviations. So most of the time what we do, we will consider only this state as ground state, and we can use all the central force formulas for that, and then we can check whether experimentally they are agreeing with each other or not, and then we can find out that okay, there is some small deviation because of the non-central state. as I was talking, this state is spherically symmetric, or this is central, and this has some non-central part because it is not spherically symmetric. So जरी डिस्टन्स इकडून इथे सेम असला आणि इकडून इथे सेम असला, but the angle is different, and that's why, or direction is different, that's why the force will be different. So that's why we call this as a non-central.